Most people running email marketing using AI like Claude or ChatGPT are doing it completely backwards, and every time they send an email, they're losing leads and thousands of dollars in collective revenue and potential clients. They ask Claude to write them an email in their company style, they copy it, they paste it into their email software, and they send it out. That's it. It feels like leverage, it feels productive, and it is because you are getting work done faster. But what you're missing is this system does not learn from itself, it does not self-improve, and that's what you're going to learn in this video. So you could actually automate the part that's moving the needle. You're not just automating the writing of the email, you're automating the correct writing of the email that's going to get responses, going to get link clicks, and ultimately going to make you money. By the end of this video, you will see the entire workflow that uses Claude Code to look at my email data, see what's turning subscribers into actual leads for my business, self-updates the copy for the next email, schedules it out within my email platform, and visualizes the entire thing for me in a live dashboard. I'm going to walk you through the MCP setup, the dashboard setup, and everything in between so you could launch an email newsletter using AI and Claude that actually drives results. You're not just sending out stuff that you think is productive when it's really not. Let's dive into it. Let's clarify the goals of this actual system first. We need the system to read real data without me copying and pasting, downloading stuff, uploading stuff. It needs to be live, real data that I could pull in 10 seconds. Subject headlines, click-through rates, link clicks, etc. It needs to take action for me. Again, I don't want to copy and paste. I don't want to tell Claude to redo it. I want it to actually draft stuff out, schedule stuff out, and be able to look at everything in real time. And finally, make me sharper. I want to hone in my skills as a marketer and see what my audience is reacting to, and that is where the live dashboard comes into play. So all of this is going to be solved in this video and in this email AI system. And that leads us to our plan. We are going to connect the MCP. All the MCP is going to give Claude access to my email software so they could talk to each other. Claude could write emails and talk to the software to send the emails. My email software could talk to Claude and give it data, etc. I'm going to show you how it actually writes the email out live and then how we actually visualize it in a dashboard. So my email software of choice, I've used a bunch of them, is kit.com. I will leave a link that should get you some free credits and stuff if you want to start there. I use kit.com to send my emails, track my emails, etc. So we are going to set up this, the MCP, which is just a bridge, again, connecting Claude Code to kit.com so they could talk to each other. So once you have kit.com set up or your email newsletter of choice, your email software of choice, we're going to head to Claude, preferably the desktop. All right, amazing. So I have Claude open in the desktop right here. I'm going to go to Customize, Connectors, Plus, Browse Connectors, and then look for my email software. So I use kit.com. You can see I already have a connection here. It is a custom connector. I'll show you what that means in a second. If you're using something like, I don't know, Brevo, for example, you could use that. If you're using Beehive, so Beehive doesn't have a direct connection, you could add it another way. Whatever you're looking for, more likely than not, it's going to be in here. And if it's not in here, then simply just look up the following. So you can go back to Google, look up kit.com for, in my example, it's going to be MCP. Kit developer docs MCP. All right, cool. And they already know people are trying to use Claude. So you can see here, people know that they're trying to use Claude Code, Claude Desktop, all these things with the software. So they have the literal guides on what to do. If you can't find your direct connection within Claude within here, then just look up your software plus MCP plus API, whatever's going to allow you to connect Claude. And if you really can't figure it out, leave a comment and I'll be happy to answer you. Or join our community down below. We'll have the full step-by-step guide and troubleshooting guide if you want to find that. So just to show you what this looks like, if I go to my kit.com, so kit.com right here, you can see that kit.com is connected to Claude and I have 36 permissions. All right. So now what does this mean? Claude can filter my subscribers in kit.com and get broadcasts, get creator profiles, get email stats, get email templates, get sequences. What's an important one? It can go ahead and add subscribers to a sequence. It could bulk create things, bulk delete things. It could create sequences. It could create broadcasts. So this is what we're going to use in a second. It could actually create within Claude an email broadcast within kit.com. So that's how you're going to send out emails and all these other things here. All right. So I keep these permissions on needs approval. So if it says, hey, Shaz, I'm going to send out this email, it'll say, I need your approval. I'll hit yes, and then it sends it out. I don't like to give it full autonomy in softwares like this, just in case something happens. You definitely want to have everything at least so it could ask you permission. I wouldn't deny anything. It just doesn't make sense to me. So that's how you're going to connect the MCP of Claude to kit.com. And this is how all the data is pulled live, how everything talks together. Next, once everything is actually written, we are going to use my /newsletter skill. This skill is going to allow me to write a newsletter. And when I say newsletter, it's not the classical form of a newsletter. It's an email blast, right? So sending out stuff to my list to inform them of new video drops, new offers, new products, all those different things, new learnings I have, new case studies. So it's an email blast to my list in hopes of engaging with that list and having that list take action and working with me. That is the entire goal of email marketing. I just call it /newsletter because that is what I thought of at the time. All right, amazing. So I'm going to use Claude in the chat right here, chat window. Something cool is if you really want to get into this, you could go to Claude Cowork and you could schedule out a newsletter using kit.com for every Monday or every Monday and Wednesday. So it gets in depth and I'll cover that in another video. But for right now, let's go to chat/newsletter, boom. I'm just going to run this. Now, I have prompted this skill to ask me questions about what I want. Do I want it to look at a YouTube video and then write a response and then write email copy to send to my list? Is this a case study? So it's going to ask me some questions here. By the way, if you want our newsletter skills, you can just copy and paste it. That is in our community down below. You can get this up and running in about 10 minutes, honestly. You just have to connect everything, download the skill, customize it to yourself, and then you could start using it just like this. And what it's doing right now, again, it's looking at kit.com, looking at what's working there from the things I already sent. I send about 1 or 2 newsletters a week there, trying to be more consistent. This is helping me do so. It's looking at what's working and say, okay, Shaz, cool. What type of newsletter are we writing today? Is it a YouTube promo, value or insight, social proof, or hard close? YouTube promo is just, I want to send my list. That's just a new YouTube video. Value or insight is when I learn something significant, I always share it with the people on my list. Social proof, when we have a case study, or hard close. This is like, hey, I'm launching this offer. I would love for you to work with us. All right. So let's do a YouTube promo for the time being. Let me just head over to my YouTube channel. Let me grab this video right here. I like this video. A lot of people really like this video. So how Claude is becoming a little dangerous to use all the time. So as much as I love Claude, definitely watch this video next because there are some downsides to it that I've seen people and myself run into. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to go back. I'm going to say this video is about the dangers of Claude and how powerful it is and how good it is, but there are some downsides people should be aware of. Please write the copy so people are enticed to click and watch that video. And also have a call to action at the end saying one of the most important things you can own is your distribution. And this is a call to action to our community so people can build distribution. All right, now I basically said, hey, this is the video. This is what the video is about. This is what I want you to write within the email. Go ahead and do it. Now the newsletter skill that again, you could grab down below. You'll see if you like download it and like look at everything. It's very in depth and it knows what it's doing. So it doesn't need all this explanation, but just for the fact that I don't want to go back and forth with it, I try to give it as much information up front, especially with the voice transcription or dictation tool. That took 10 seconds, right? So it's going to go ahead. It's going to grab the transcript. It's going to grab everything. It's going to write the newsletter for me. And how I have it structured, usually what it does, what's going to do now, it's going to write, so you have your subject line, you have your body, right? So it's going to write the entire body for me. It's going to write 3 subject lines, 1, 2, and 3. And then I'll go ahead and pick one because the subject line is make or break. This is like a title. This is the packaging on the newsletter, like the packaging you would see on a YouTube video. So this is super important. No one's going to read the body if they don't click on the subject. So the subject line, I have 3 different variations that I have it spit out to me so I could choose the best one. So it's going to go ahead and cook right now. And this, again, is all baked into the newsletter skill. That is understanding my brand tonality, understanding my goals, understanding everything about my newsletter so far, the CTRs, the click-through rate, what's working, what's not. I'm going to show you that live dashboard in a second here and how you could set that up. That reinforces what Claude is looking at and what it's evaluating. This will have us be in the driver's seat. We'll get the opportunity to see every single metric in one single place so we can learn ourselves and then direct Claude even better. Because as good as Claude is, we need to know what's going on as well, okay? So here we go. Email body, and then like I mentioned, 3 subject lines. So Claude is the smartest tool you own. Here's the catch. What happens when everyone has the same superpower? Don't lean on Claude harder until you watch this. Okay? Claude is the most capable tool most of us has ever put our hands on. It writes, it reasons, ships works in minutes. Noon. That's why I made this video. Amazing. And then it basically gave me some tweaks here saying, hey, we need to tweak the skill a little bit, which, you know, I'll tighten that up after. I would like a few more subject lines, something that is more FOMO, where when they read it, they're really, I talk about Claude all the time, and they're really intrigued to see why I made this statement about Claude. I like the body though. I don't think it's too bad. And I'll show you my entire process of like how I actually write everything and make sure it's all good because I never ship things directly from AI. Please always read it. Please always send it out. Even 5-minute read over and tweaking and sending, it's going to allow you to increase your conversions. When you increase conversions, we all make more money, right? So make sure you're doing that. All right, now it gave me some more subject lines here. The downside of Claude, no one's talking about. I like that one. Let's go with statement number 5. I like that one. And the body is good. All right, amazing. So now what it's going to do, again, it's writing this for me. It's going to output this directly in kit.com. So I have my kit.com right here. Let me just log into kit.com. All right, so I'm in my kit.com right now. And usually what you would do is you would hit send and you hit broadcast, you type everything out, or you copy and paste it from Claude. So I'd copy it here, go back there, etc. Now what it's going to do is I would like for you to put this in Claude. I'll give it a final review and then we'll go from there. So that's a normal way of doing it. But since we connected the MCP of kit.com to Claude, it could do it together. So I said, I would like for you to put this in kit.com. I misspelled. I'll give it a final review, blah, blah, blah. So it said, yes, I could do this. Let me load kit.com and do this. Now see, it's saying, do I have permission to create a broadcast in kit.com? Yes, you do. All right. So that is what I was talking about earlier when it comes to permissions. Now what it's going to do, it's going to draft it for me here. I'm not going to do anything. And then it's going to give me the link and then a few things to look over. All right. Boom. I'm going to click on this again. It's going to go right to broadcasts. And there we go. It is live in there. All right. So I'm going to hit this button. This just takes out HTML. Hey, subscriber first name. So it already knows this as well. Claude's most capable tool. And then boom, it just wrote the entire body for me here. Really easy. I love it because it's really smart. It also hyperlinks this video. So this is the actual YouTube video I'm trying to get people to watch. Let's just make sure this is working. Yep, that's working. Awesome. Come build your distribution with us. They said that this is wrong. So let me just look at this. School.com. So this is not the right community. We are going to do AMC. That is our community. All right, cool. Claude is the most capable tool most of us ever put hands on. It writes, it reasons, it ships in minutes, noon, and that's why I made this video. So I'd probably change this because the more powerful it gets, the more people lean on with that way. I'll break down what Claude is genuinely incredible at, why Claude falls short, and the downsides almost no one talks about. Here's the part that matters most though. I'd also remove this, sounds a little bit AI. And the great thing about this is I could always tweak this, give it back to Claude and say, hey, by the way, I identified these lines as like AI generated. Let's fix this and let's not use this language going forward. And it's like, Shaz, why is that? And I'll give it my reasons for it. And then, we'll get a better skill over time. That's why it's self-improving if you spend some time and actually give it feedback. When the tool is identical for everyone, the tool stops being the advantage. The advantage becomes the one thing it can handle for your distribution. Own your distribution here, right? And then the points are community, which is all about growing your social media, getting brands or getting people from your brand to work with you, not relying on ads outbound, and just selling stuff that is actually irreplaceable, which is you. If you sell through your brand, you're irreplaceable. All right, downside of Claude no one talked about, got the subject line, so boom, there you go. So like that is exactly how it works. You could see I did everything in Claude and then boom, it happened here. And again, you could schedule this out on a recurring timeline if you really wanted to get deep into it with Claude. All right, now that we have done that, we have connected everything. I show you how it actually works in practice, how easy the newsletter skill actually is to use. Let's show you the live dashboard, which is one of my favorite parts. So if I go over to my artifacts, all the artifact is Claude displaying something. This is a live artifact. So I'm going to my newsletter performance, and this is a live artifact again, so it's updated currently. I'll refresh this as well to see how updated it can get. All right, so it says artifact MCP rate limited. Maybe it's because I just used it. Usually rate limited mean I'm just using it too much. So that's all right. You sort of get the point here. Yeah, that's fine. Essentially what this is a one-stop shop for all of my metrics. So you can see everything is here. I have my total subscribers. I have how many it's improved by, net new. So this is like minus people unsubscribing. Average open rate is up. Average click-through rate is up, which is amazing, etc. So those are my biggest analytics across the board. And then it's going to use AI to give me a digest. Here, Shaz, this is what's working and this is what's not working. Should we improve the newsletter skill, etc. Subscriber growth, performance over time. I could see, again, my open rates for everything, my click-through rates for everything, my unsubscribes for everything as well, which is amazing. I could see what people are actually clicking on. So people are clicking on my YouTube video, my school. I just dropped this as well, which is like a mastermind I'm attending, which I'm inviting people to. So all of our stuff is in here, and this is pretty amazing. Now, is this the best newsletter skill? Absolutely not. I'm learning newsletters and email marketing myself. But is this better than nothing? Absolutely. I can see everything in one single place. I don't have to learn all these things as much as I would have before. And it gives me everything right here. This week's subscriber growth rebounded, which is great, up 32% from prior week. Amazing. Underperformed at 21%. Email drove exceptional link engagement. So what this is saying is the subject could have been written better here, but the click-through right here is insane, which is awesome. Okay, you get the whole deal here, right? So this is live, and I could just reload it whenever I want to, and it will be there, all right? So what I could do is then, okay, take this, analyze it myself, because again, I want to learn the skill. Please watch the other video because you don't want to outsource your thinking to AI, otherwise you're screwed, you're cooked. But I could learn this myself, say, okay, that's interesting, that's working, not working. Use my brain a little bit, and then go back to the Claude scale or just prompt the Claude scale, say, here's some findings from me looking over the newsletter performance in the dashboard. Let's update the /newsletter scale. Boom. Now, the next time I send it, it should get better and better and better. And that's how you get something compounding over time. And you have to think about it like this. If you could increase your click-through rate to 2%, that is almost a double, let's call it 75% increase in what you're getting out of. That's 75% the chance that someone clicks and books a call and someone books a lead. So these little percentage increases that this system gives you are massive. They're huge, and you have to be paying attention to them because that is where the money is. All right. So that is the sort of third and final step, which is the self-improving or the live dashboard that allows you to build something self-improving over time. So this is not just a spreadsheet, this is a live dashboard that's actually running. And again, when I say self-improving, I'm saying you could hook it up so it reads that data and then self-improves. I like to have a human in the loop, which is me, that understands my business better than AI does, no matter what AI can do, which is amazing. I know it better. So I am that human in the loop that allows it to self-learn, but you could hook it up together if you really wanted to self-learn by itself. And that's what you do. Connect Claude to your kit.com via MCP or your email software. You write with the /newsletter skill, and you visualize and study the dashboard so you could do it all over again, even better the next time. And if you thought this was awesome and you learned something, make sure to leave a subscribe. But if you don't have a newsletter or have people that are signing up to hear from you, make sure you're building your own distribution through social media. I cover that in all my other videos. We also have an entire community down below, which will allow you to add $10,000 in pipeline in 90 days. A lot of people are taking on that challenge. I will see you down in the community if you want to check it out, or if you want to learn more about AI and marketing, tips and tricks just like this using Claude, check out this video next. I look forward to seeing you there, seeing the community, seeing you. Grab our free resources. Wherever I see you, I will talk to you soon. Have a good day and implement this. I'm telling you, it will work. All right, talk soon. Take care.